I want to start this video off first and foremost by saying that I am truly sorry you dealt with that. That is horrific, that is inexcusable, that is so incredibly traumatic, and nobody should ever have to deal with that. That being said, I do know exactly what this is like, and I had imagined that when I told this story, it would be in a much more sanctimonious manner, if I ever told it at all, because this is what I go to therapy for. But when I was 8, my mother finally left the house in the middle of having the shit kicked out of her because it was life and death that day. For the 8 years prior to this, she had occasionally had the shit kicked out of her. Her and I both had been physically and emotionally abused. When she finally crawled out of that house on her hands and knees and fled for her life, my father then kidnapped my younger brother and I and hid us in his mother's dirty, fucking disgusting attic for 2 days. 2 full days we were in that disgusting attic. I don't remember if we even ate or not. If we did eat, it was probably disgusting. When I would go to her house as a kid, I would not eat there because it was disgusting. I just really want to drive home that this place was filthy. No one should have lived there anyway. We were kidnapped, we're hidden in this attic for 2 days. When we finally make our way back to our home, we are then hidden under our bunk bed in our room with a gun to my head and a threat that if we said anything to the cops and my mother, who were casing the house at that point, and alerted them to the fact that we were indeed there, or where we were inside of the house, my life and my brother's life were both in danger. And I have no reason not to believe this man. I had been physically and emotionally abused by him for 8 years prior. I knew exactly what he was capable of. He was also an unhinged fucking addict. So yeah, I kept my fucking mouth shut. And that is exactly why we don't make comparisons. That is exactly why you should not compare your misfortune to someone else. Because one, you never fucking know what someone else has gone through or is going through just because they don't say anything about it on the internet. Number two, that comparison does not help either party. A lot of people have a lot of misfortune, and it is incredibly sad. It is something no one should have to deal with. But comparing yourself to someone else and trying to make yourself feel better by thinking that you have a worse situation than someone else serves nobody.